Hey guys, so let me get you on the charger because you guys are gonna most likely die. And then I am not gonna use that. So this video is one that I'm actually excited for because I wish I would have told him sooner. Came out and what happened. There was some stuff. Let me bring that over here. There we go. I got my computer now. But what happened was there was stuff. So when I was editing it, I wasn't sure how long the song was. As I knew the song was kind of longer, and that was because at first I was putting at first it was me, Bella, and then 3 different backup dancers. So we had PCS Girls, which was a group. We had Jeannie or something, and then we had Mariah or someone. And what actually happened was that a little bit over a week ago, PCS Girls dropped out because they're busy actresses and they booked an acting job or something. Very interesting stuff. Or just kind of it is what it is. I wasn't upset because I get that, but I still had Mariah and Jeannie. Well, Jeannie, I'm pretty sure that's their name, Jenny, pretty much had issues sending the video, and Mariah was busy, So it wasn't a big deal, but ended up without any backup dancer. They are still doing a music video, but it's not gonna be, I wish I would have told him sooner, because sending issues and different things, but they are working on it. It will just be other music videos. And so you actually didn't hear the full song. So in the music video when I fully edited, I realized I went to record, and I realized when I wrote the song, I wrote it to be 12 minutes, and what I put it was 9 minutes. So I had to pick the best parts of the song, and I went here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make kind of a second music video to launch the second album, which is entitled, the second album is entitled A Lot of Me, and it's you get to see a lot of, it's titled Every Side of Me, is what it's titled. The original name was going to be A Lot of Me, but I realized I didn't like it too much, so I'm going to pick the best parts and put that as I wish I would have told him sooner. And then I'm going to make another song using the rest of it and make it into a second song to kind of be a part 2 to I wish I told him sooner. And that song was going to be titled I Can't Fix Myself, or I haven't figured out the title yet, or I have to come up with the title, but something it was good. It'd be I hope he likes me or something or no, I haven't figured out the title, but we're gonna have its own cool title and stuff, and that was gonna be kind of interesting. Now here's the thing, I was watching the music video. I really enjoyed it. I feel like you have to watch this video to understand it. It's supposed, a lot of these scenes that I chose were like scenes that were filmed almost, they were filmed on Halloween. So like, it was very much, I've grown as a dancer since then. I can learn a combo in 5 minutes. I literally did last night. Like, I literally learned an entire combo in like 5 minutes last night. And nailed it. My thing is, I have an advantage when it comes to dance. And so what you will be expecting in the next album is you're going to see a lot of different sides, and I'm showcasing it. So like, I kind of went through, and I don't think any of the hip hop scenes were put in, and I kind of feel bad because we did have to delete everything on the SD card, so therefore so much of it is deleted, but I'm pretty sure it might be on the computer still. I don't know. I don't like using the computer that much for filming. I mean the camera, I love the camera because it's nice, it's like a good quality. Yeah, it's a nice good quality, but, and there's nothing wrong with the camera, or it's just it's a lot of work. I have it easy. Like when I'm filming, usually I film on the tablet, so like I just film my scenes, go into my editing app, put them together. Like I know my editing app and that sort of stuff. But with the camera, I have to go through the computer, and I don't understand anything about it, and it's a lot of work. So for me, I will continue using the camera, just it's kind of the thing that only gets used sometimes. And before I forget, I'm going to point out the thing behind me. So, we're going to point out 4. We're going to pick 2 from this, well, like, we're going to pick a few. So, okay, I'm going to point to this one right here. It's a picture of Abby, but we're doing it on that side, because on that side it's a bigger picture, and it's like Abby, she's teaching class and she looks kind of angry. Then over here we got Ripka twins, which they're doing like an acro move and it looks really cool. And then we got the famous Abby pyramid, but this is one version of it. Then over here we are going to do this one, which is Keep Calm and Hip Hop and Dance Hip Hop. And we're going to do this one, which is Keep Calm and Dance Is My Life. Yeah. And the reason behind those is because I tried actually putting the Abby picture over there for spotting purposes last night. And it was getting in my head because I'm an Abby favorite, so a lot of work comes with it. And so then it got moved back over there. And the Ripka twins, the reason behind the Abby is just because I love Abby so much, Abby Lee Miller. And so that's really cool. And the Ripka twins, and I love watching them on YouTube, and I follow them on like Instagram. I should start following them on TikTok. I'll have to do that after this. I'm shocked I'm not following them on TikTok yet. I'll fix that in a minute. And it just looks cool. And then Keep Calm and Dance Hip Hop is because I want something related to hip hop, because hip hop is my favorite style of dance. Now we have it in gold and we have it in blue. Oh, I did the gold one already in one video. So I did it in blue today, and then the other one was Keep Calm and Dance Is My Life, because Dance Is My Life, and it looks really pretty. So yeah. Right now, my thing for spotting is And I have one that says Lolly that I made. I have one that says Heart My Dance, My Life. Meaning if you like my dancing, you like my life, because dance is kind of my life. Then we got, you don't grow, let me do that. You don't stop dancing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop dancing. Because the colors are kind of match and it's really cool. And then the other thing for spotting is dance like nobody's watching. Because I like it. Today I have dance. But in the music video, all of it, I tried to go with like the scene that kind of, I did not get the possessed scene, and I'm really sad because we couldn't find it or something. But I wanted to pick ones that wouldn't take too much work for me to put together, but I like that all. My sister called, so I want to go talk to her, But yeah, right now. But I tried to pick all of the scenes where I wish I would told her sooner. I'm going crazy and insane, and it's really just really cool. It's not the quality because these are the more beginning videos or clips, so they were first filmed, and I was figuring out the camera then, but I think it will pull it off. If you fully understand the insaneness, and you understand that the lighting's not the best, but I want it to be kind of that way, I think you'll really enjoy it. Alright, so yeah. I kind of started planning out the actual music video. That's gonna be like part 2, which I'm filming probably tomorrow. And I had the thing that I have an advantage. With being a dancer, I have the upper hand. I have an advantage, which is that I can actually pick up first up, I pick up choreography fast. I learned a lyrical routine in 5 minutes. And I'm literally going to show it to you right now. I'm trying to read. Rats. I forgot it. But don't worry, I'm gonna actually learn it again, or continue working on it next Friday. I can kind of remember, but not that well, because it was late at night. It was like 10 o'clock at night. But I pick up choreography very, very, very fast. And I had the thing that so here's the thing with dancers anytime, and so many of them will tell you this. It's really hard for a technique dancer to switch from technique dancing like ballet or lyrical, and sometimes even contemporary, all the way over to hip hop. Hip hop doesn't have as much technique. It's very much performance. And versus technique, dancing has a lot of technique. And so that my thing is that I am one of the few that can, and I'm equally good in both. I am a technique dancer. I know my technique. I'm really strong in technique. I can do technique in a pair of Laducas, which, let me show you what they are. They're specialty made dance heels. And they're called Laducas. And I can do it in heels. But I can just as easily, I'm just as strong in hip hop. And I love hip hop's my favorite. Like, so yeah, I love that I can switch really fast. And when I learned that was a lyrical dance, I was a little nervous because lyrical, you really have to use that face. And you kind of need that in all dancing, and that I don't struggle with much as a dancer. I struggle with balance. I struggle with the hips flexibility and the waist flexibility and the leg flexibility. And I also struggle with really using my face. Other than that, I'm pretty good. I'm a pretty strong dancer, and I know pretty much so many things about dance. And I feel like that's the thing about me, one of the things about me that is very important as a dancer is you gotta be a risk taker. You gotta take risks. And so, like, that's kind of a thing. Like, I'm the type that literally last night I did, like, an acrobatics / tumbling class. And even though I knew that I wasn't going to get very far with the tumbling and that sort of stuff, I still gave it my all. I tried so hard. And I really gave it my all. And that's the thing. And being a dancer, you gotta give it your all. Even if you know you're not gonna get anywhere or get very far or you're gonna struggle with it, you just gotta give it your all and really improve upon it. And really just let it happen, live it, and go for it. But yeah, I love dancing. And I'm going to tell you kind of how I started dancing. But also because I haven't really told you the story of how, like, when I really knew, and also when I told my parents, and when this became, like, a thing. And so 5 years ago in, like, 7 days, because today is the 8th, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Because I checked it this morning. And I started dancing. At first, I started at, like, a civic center, and at first it was very much try it, see if I like it. and just see where it goes situation. And I took my first dance class as it was ballet, tap, and then like modern jazz, and then like leaps and turns. And I had a lot of fun. Like I really had fun. I loved the teacher. The teacher was really nice. I liked that she wasn't exactly what I wanted as like a dance teacher, but I liked her as a teacher. What I mean by that is because it was the Civic Center. You know, like I that sort of place. No one's there to do it professionally. Like it's like, oh, you try it, you see if you like it, and then you find somewhere that does it professionally. Only and like I just really enjoyed her as a person, and I feel like she eventually did become kind of what I wanted as a dance teacher. Because I pretty much took the class, got in the car, and left, and I just knew I had fun with it. I had so much fun, and the teacher really was nice and really like helped me a lot with figuring out, oh, I love dance. And then I came home, and that's when I discovered Dance Moms. I watched a lot of Dance Moms clips, and and stuff. And then, and that night, I wrote a letter. At the time, it was kind of, I learned who Abby was, I learned who Dance Moms was, and if it weren't for, I already knew who JoJo was. So pretty much then, I fell in love with dance. And so I wrote a letter, like, letter that was like this one-page letter of like, thank you for being, like, helping you and Dance Moms and JoJo and Ab inspire me to start dancing. And like, even Gianna Martello's had a big part in that. And now to think that one of the people that inspired me to start dancing, I trained with Gianna Martello. And like last night, I was so worried about like, oh, I'm not going to use my face, because I found, I was watching just some of my videos and just to see like what could be improved, and like, just kind of watching some, see kind of what's going on, because I wanted to kind of see what you guys were seeing. And I realized in so many of them, my face, especially in music videos, I didn't see it too much in like regular videos, but definitely in the music video, where my face is literally just like boring, lazy, yeah. And that's something that I wouldn't like. I really need to pull out the emotion. I need to show that, hey, I'm a strong dancer, and hey, y'all better watch out, because I'm about to show that I am an Abby favorite, and that Abby made that choice, and it was the right choice, and that nothing can stop me from following my dreams. So what I literally did, well, this happened, but it wasn't really on purpose. But I'm glad that it happened. It was one of those accidents that, like, I'm really happy that happened. And I was doing a turn, and my ponytail came over like this and, like, whipped me in the face. And I looked like I was about to start crying. Just because it was kind of shocking, and it just made my eye kind of watery, and I'm so happy because it really pulled on my face and made me do something with my face in the routine, and now I'm like, I wish that this would happen every week. I mean, like, if I had one wish about, like, my dance career, we're gonna do two. It would be flexibility and face. Because if I can pull out the flexibility and the face is along with what I already have, I see a great future in dance. And so I'm like, but that would be one of the things, and because it helps with my face so much. And I looked in the mirror just to see what my face was, and I'm like, thank you for happening. Even though it wasn't from being whipped in the face by a ponytail, but it worked. But pretty much that night, I literally wrote this letter and stuff, and then the next week, I gave it to the dance teacher, And also, I feel like it was just, her and her kids and stuff that inspired me. They had a big part, too, because, it was just fun. But, yeah. And it was insane. It was just really cool. And that day when I kind of discovered I loved dance. But then I didn't quite tell my parents yet. So the next week, I gave the letter to her, took dance class, and I really enjoyed it. Got in the car, and of course, this week, my sister was picking me up, me and my Bella's sister. Me and Bella's sister, which is my great niece. One of them, I have two. Bella and her sister, And it was incredible. It was very fun, incredible, and I just really enjoyed it. And I literally brought, so that day is when I kind of brought it up to my parents. But I didn't full blown, I just kind of, got home and I went, I really enjoyed dance. Just something, it was literally those were my exact words, and they're good. And I continued doing them, and finally, I think it was maybe my 6th or 7th week, because we only did them once a week. And I think I don't really know exactly, but I think that's when they started, that's when I started working on it at home. I was really just working really hard on it. And I think in the time that they actually knew that I really enjoyed this was my first showcase. So what they did was they did a family showcase. So so we would sign up and do it for couple I'm pretty sure we would do it for 3 months and then sign up again and then yeah. And then I basically brought it up to, we would do a showcase thing, and so like our parents would watch and our family we could watch. And literally I just had a lot of fun doing it, and it was really, really crazy, really, really incredible. And it was really fun and incredible because, like it is what it is. And I think that's when I just had fun and I really showed it that day. And so I don't know exactly when, but at some point they knew. Like they just kind of knew, and I knew since day one pretty much. And it just all worked out really, really well. And I think when it really hit them how hard it was, and that, oh, like this is what she actually wants to do with her life. She wants to go this path. And they started really pushing towards that path because that's what I wanted and that's what I showed. And this, because what happened was we had to stop going for a while, and I started crying. No, I was fine. Like, I didn't start crying, like, right off the bat. But a couple of months passed. We started kind of talking about doing it again. And I was friends with one of the teacher, like, I was friends with someone that the teacher knew. And it was a really nice girl, and she pretty much said that like, the teacher doesn't work there anymore, like, and that sort of thing. And soon later, it just hit me like, oh wait, I may not dance ever again. And I always knew that was never going to be the case. I was never going to let that happen, but I was really just up in my head and like, I just want to do this so bad. And I threw a fit, and I was full blown crying about it, and that's when my parents went like, oh wow, she really, really wants this. And since then, and we started literally the day after we started looking for studios, and then and summer came, had an awesome summer with Bella, and then all of a sudden, and then we moved. Well, at some point, Bella came down twice or 2 different summers, so yeah, in that process. But we moved back because I grew up in this house, and then we moved in with my sister for a while, and then so we had moved back here, and we just never got on the path of like finding a dance studio. Like we looked at some, like we found some near us, but we were really like iffy on like competition because I really want to one day compete as a dancer, be a competition dancer, and when that happens, it can be so fun and so incredible, but it can be really hard and really sad because I do love working with Abby and her team. It's really fun. It's really fun, really exciting, and it just always was what it was. And I never really doubted myself as a dancer. Even last night, like there's times when I'll get really upset with myself and like I'll start to like really just get mad at myself and be going off on myself. I'm like, you made this mistake or you made this mistake or like. But I never doubted myself as a dancer, and there was never a time when I'm like I'm not good enough to be here. That never was a thing. I always been really confident. I been really outgoing. I always been like, if you don't look at me, I'm gonna make you look at me because I'm gonna be that good. But I always been very much so confident and so just loving what I'm doing to the point where everyone else gets scared because they're like, oh wait, she's really good. I better try to like hope that she doesn't outshine me. Cause even though like with the Abby Zoom stuff, which we did sign up for, and then like that is the part that I'm about to get to, and like even though it's kind of like we're all in one class and we're all like one team, there's sometimes I feel like some people, and by some people I mean mainly me, take it too much as, oh wait, this is kind of competing, but also not. Yeah. And so it's always been like, kind of just like, I'm at that point where I know that's not a competition and like, everyone should succeed and everyone should do good because we're like a team. But at the same time, it's very much like iffy. Like at the same time, it's really hard, and I have to keep reminding myself that because I'm the type I will work with a partner. I never been like a spotlight dance. Like I love having the spotlight on me, and I love that. Like what dancer out there doesn't? I feel like there might be some, like, but I really enjoy that. But at the same time, at the same time, I'm I have at the same time I enjoy that, but I can work with a partner. I can if I'm like ever in a duet or a trio and I have to work with someone, and I'm gonna do it the best. And if it happens to be a boy, then I'm gonna be kind of awkward, but I'm still gonna do my best. Only in the sense that like it's different. And then it's always been kind of a challenge for me to really succeed. And like that's the thing about me. So one day I heard about Abby's Zoom classes, and it was like the first one that she did, and it was like a Zoom dance convention thing. And what happened was that we didn't know how much it cost or anything, And I was like, oh, maybe it's free, like, because it's on Zoom. Like, I didn't know. And me and Bella were gonna do it, and then I clicked on to go in, and it cost $50. So, we didn't do it. And then you're probably like, wait, but you're paying $300 for, and we didn't do it at the time. My parents weren't sure if it was worth it. Then I finally convinced my parents, and like I want to say about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I convinced my parents, and I said, hey, I really want to do like these Abby Zoom classes, like, and I just like brought it up and really convinced them, and we signed up for an Abby Lee Miller Zoom Masterclass. So fun, so worth it, so fun. Fun, and I couldn't have loved it anymore. And then what happened was that at the end of it, because I had so much fun, I kind of told my parents that, like, Abby wants to see me in, like, more, you know, like, they're kind of like, I just had so much fun, and, you know, it was what it was, and I came out, and I knew, even though at the time, I was kind of like, oh, like, because I really wanted to prove I'm an Abby favorite. You're gonna make me one. So, we signed up for the next one. It got me $110 in debt. Then 2 allowances passed, and now I'm like, let me do math real quick. Like, now I am like $68 in debt or something. Like, I don't know, my dad is keeping track. But like, I'm not as badly in debt anymore because 2 allowances passed. Then, also at some point, like a little bit over a month ago, we actually started printing the merch. Don't know when it's coming out. I know it won't be this week. Maybe next week. I don't know. Because we need to print a couple more and then finish setting up the shop and we're good to go. So yeah, it shouldn't take too much effort from here. I'm here, and then pretty much what happened was that it was real. That moment I was so happy, and now I'm like, I'm still really happy, and I was happy because when I announced it and announced that it's coming out soon, and so many people were DMing me like, please let me know when it comes out, and like so many people wanted it, and I'm like, that's crazy. I didn't think anyone would want it. I was gonna be shocked if one person did. let alone like 15 to 20. Like a lot of people wanted it, and so I was really like shocked by that and really, really happy. And then pretty much what happened was that a little bit over, like, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, I took it was a makeup class with Abby. So it was a warm up and stretch, because Abby couldn't make it that Sunday because she was moving and that she didn't have internet. So she did a makeup class. So it was the exact same thing we were learning, same time, like 1 hour, And it was a lot of fun. It was an insane amount of fun. Like, it was fun. Because and she literally at the end was going and unmuting and people one at a time and asking them like what studio they're from, and they could say like one or two things. And she got to me and she went, and I'm like, I'm currently not with the studio because at the time that we were planning to, I had spine surgery and got rods put in my back, but like, this is really incredible. I hope that my best friend Bella gets to do this sometime. And she went like, this is kind of why I do it. And like, she was really nice. And then she went like, I knew there was a reason why you're an Abby favorite. And I'm like so happy, so excited. And I don't really know if Gianna Martello does favorites, but I'm pretty sure I'm at the top of her list, because she did say that I was doing good. And hearing that just, even though it's that I'm making progress, and if she does like have favorites, I'm a step closer to being one. And it's just crazy. It's literally so crazy. And so, like, at this point, I have to say, I have had an incredible career, and for where I am now and what I do, it's really incredible. I really enjoy it, and it comes with a lot of work. And right now, I'm focusing on like my music career, my singing, like that sort of. I'm not a good singer, but I give everything, and I think I make some pretty good songs. So this is kind of my story, and I hope you liked it.